there. Good morning, crafty ones. This is Pam with Pam's Paper Place, and we are continuing on with our farmhouse journal tutorial. And I got cut off yesterday. I was doing this little wallpaper piece, and I just sewed across it before I glued it down, and then I glued it here, but I just wanted to go over that. And then, we'll be putting a little snippet here. And then the next one, here's the second signature, if you're following along with some of the farmhouse kit. We did, on the other side of this thicker paper here with the second signature, I picked a page from a book because I wanted a large pocket, and then I just punched a little thumb hole there. And here's part of it. I may add that. I'm not sure. And then we're doing pockets because we've got everything sewn in. So now is when I do pockets. So we will get to this part here. And here I will be adding a belly band. So all we need to do, this is a thicker cardstock, and that's where I like to put belly bands in pockets. So we're just going to, oh, if I did it like that, I'd have it totally matching, wouldn't I? That would be cool. Let's see, no, it wouldn't. That's not the same. Anyway, we're just gonna glue that here on both ends for the belly band. And then we will come back and decorate everything, make tags, etc. I like to make sure if it's on a, kind of the paper curves, that you press down that, firmly. Okay, and then on this side, we still have the thicker paper, and this is where this piece folds out. And I thought it was really cute with this little girl, and she's got a pinafore on, that this pocket would look good here. So I'm just going to add that. I think I'm going to cut it down just a little bit here and then glue that on. Okay, we glued this pocket on. We just glued it 3 sides to the back here. And then we have that flip out. And I'm going to do the paper doily, which will go here. And then on the other side. And I like to reinforce it a bit, because when you tuck things in there, if it's just the paper doily, sometimes it doesn't hold very well. So how I did that was I just folded my doily in half. I could have done it, traced it all like this. I guess maybe I would next time, but I just put a piece of paper, thicker cardstock underneath it, and then I traced with a pencil. Or just right here in the openings. Excuse me, like that. And then I had a template, so I could just place it on here and trace it again. Then I'll just cut it out. I'll glue it to each side our way, and then that will reinforce it. So I'm going to do that. I have glued those thicker pieces of cardstock there. And now I will just add a bead of glue on either side of here. Not a very straight gluer. Let's see if I can do it if I put it down here. If you really wanted to strengthen this even more, you could decoupage the paper doily. And then I'm just going to line it up, and this is a little bit bigger than a normal, bigger than the page, so I'll have to come back and trim that up a little bit. So that will give it more strength there. We'll just trim it up a little bit there. And there's the other side. Okay, now our next pocket, whoops, I bent it, is this one right here with a thicker paper. And I had this left over, and I'm going to add to two sides my glue. For this little diagonal pocket. And we'll embellish this later, but just adding pockets now, just the basics. That on there. And got a cute little diagonal pocket. And here is the middle of the second signature. What I did here was, if you in the kit you had some burlap, and if you don't, just if you have burlap, or use whatever paper you want. I just had an 8.5 by 11 brown cardstock, so I glued it, the piece here, and then we're going to cut it. So you want it to just be a pocket here, so I'm going to cut this in half. Excuse me. Have some of my coffee here. I'm going to see if I can put that through my cutter and just cut it in half here a minute. Looks like I got to cut it, but so we will just cut along here, and we'll make our two little burlap pockets. And then cut this one. And that will give it a nice little texture on this pockets. We'll trim it here. And we're going to glue that down, and this one down. And then I will return. I don't know. Should I cut it down a little bit more? No, I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll come right back. All right, I did trim it down a little bit, 4 inches. And then we have these little leftover pieces, so we could add these somewhere if we wanted to. Okay, middle of our second signature. And then over here, let's move this down a little bit. We are going to, I was going to add a pocket. I think I did like on the other journal, I did like a floral pocket here for my garden magazine. But I think I'm going to, because here there's some animals. It depends what you have in your book. I think I'm going to cut this because they've got these animals, and this is from a children's book. So I'm going to cut it about 6 or 5.5, however you want it, to about, I don't know, maybe up to here. What is that? 5. Okay, so I'm going to cut that a minute and add that as a pocket. And there's our little pocket here with a fox. You see fox on the farm. Oops, I didn't realize, look at, there's a chicken and a rabbit, and fox do like them. Let's hope they run fast. Okay, and then here, from a children's book, I'm going to do a, let's see, what shall I do here? Excuse me. I'm going to add this as a flip up. So I just cut it to size and folded it. And then all we have to do is glue this. So I found this cute image in the book of this farmer with his cow. Cute. And then just make sure the glue isn't, stuck together here. So that flips. Okay. So we have that flip. And what are we going to do here? Okay, I'm going to make like a little pocket. On the other journal, I think I had a botanical page, but because it just depends what you have, but because of this, it's talking about what her mom had in her kind of like cedar chest or different things. So I found this. It's a quilt, and I think I'm going to cut it and make it into a side pocket. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, I think I like that. That's kind of cute. Goes nice with that. It's a little patchwork quilt from like a quilt book or magazine. And then we're to this part, and in the other journal, I think I had like a different image here, but because you just kind of need to go with what you have on this page, but I had a copy of a linen. That was mine. And then I just inked around it, cut it to fit. And oh, and I also did sew around here. I don't know if you can really see too much of it, but I did. So I'm going to glue it here and here. I think, yeah, just here and here. Might give it a little more space if this top's open. We'll do that for now. And see, if that works. If not, we could glue it at the top too. Okay. This is a pretty linen. And then the next journal I make is going to be shabby chic. So, oops, maybe I'll add this to the kit, or I will add linens, scanned linens too. I like that. That's pretty. Okay. Our next pocket, since we're doing pockets, I might need to trim that little edge there later. Okay, so now we're moving to our next pocket, or I think this has like a fold over tag on it. And I had a piece of stationery here. I think I got this from Donna. Thank you, Donna. I'm going to glue that a minute. Okay, that takes care of that blank page there. Just glued it down, and there'll be a flip over tag, I believe. And we do more embellishing. And then, let's see, the next spot that we'll have for a pocket. Now this was a copy from a book I have. It was a little bit hard to cut to size. You know, there's a little bit cut off, but you get the gist of it. It's not like you're going to read everything on here. So I did do a thumb hole and cut it to 6 by 9. And we're going to glue to the back of here, these 3 sides, so we'll have a cool little tuck there. Yeah, I like that pocket. I did ink right here behind the thumb hole. Just inked a little bit there, like that. Now we're coming to the 3rd signature for our pockets. And what I did here was I just did a little bit of stenciling. And then we're going to be also making an envelope with this paper. This is a scan of one of my quilts. So, and then we're going to have like a little fold out here. Let me see if I can show you on the other book what we have. On this book, we have a fold out here for journaling. And then, you know, we will embellish more there, and then we'll have this envelope that we made for my digital scan. And then I just did a little stenciling. Just use whatever stencil you care to. And then you're going to take, for that little fold out, you will take a piece of paper that's 12 inches long by, you know, whatever. If you have a scrap, it doesn't really matter. But I have 4 by 12. And then you'll take and score 4 inches and 8 inches here. And then this will make your little fold out here. And if you wanted to make it easier to turn, you could just trim that just a slight little bit if you wanted to. So then we're going to add this to our page here. Let's see here. Well, how did we do that? I want to kind of replicate it somewhat. So we're just going to add that here, but we're going to just add glue to the back here on these corners. This one, or to these 2 sides. So this will be a tuck. So we can put our envelope in there. So that's going to go here. And then we'll do a little cutout of a chicken or something, whatever I can find. And then this will open up. And then also, it's a tuck for a few things, this being one of them. So this is the envelope. And if you have an envelope punch board, if you don't, you can just put another envelope in there, like a decorated envelope, you know, just a store-bought envelope in there too, and just decorate the front of it. Let's put this aside and make our envelope. I think we will make it, let's see, about 4.5 by about 4.5, I think. Let's see what we can do here. It can be whatever size you want. But let's see, if I did it, the card was 4.5 by 4.5, then I cut this to 7.5 by 7.5. So let's cut our paper to 7.5 by 7.5. then we have this we can use for something. That's really cool, isn't it? So then our 7.5 by 7.5 cut paper, we're gonna score it at 3 3/4. So let's find our 3 3/4. 3. Why can I not see 3? Why am I not seeing 3? Oh, there it is. Okay. Punch it. And use our little scoring tool. And we're just going to line this up, which is kind of hard to see. Punch. Score. See a little bit better there. Punch and score. Line that up. You're just lining this line up here with this scored line. Punch. Score. This is a little thin paper, so it doesn't always want to punch through as well. Okay. Now let's see what we got here. Okay, we're going to fold, 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 fold. Then we have different options. Oops, I needed that still to round my corner wherever I want to have this. So do I want it? I do it like that with that edge there. Or if I turn it this way, it could be that way. I'm going to do this way. So now I want to put this in here, and so it will round that. That's not the best rounding, but that's okay. And then we will glue this. Let's see. That's kind of cool like that. Oh, let's see. Let's go like that. Okay. So now we're going to, you could ink it a little bit too. Let's just glue it. And then we can ink it, and there is our cool little envelope that we will put in the pocket. So we'll see what our next step is. All right, so here's our little envelope. And I'm just going to set that in there, waiting for this to be decorated later, embellished. And we're going to continue on to our next pocket, which is here. This is a little pattern, and I'm going to, let's see, you could either leave it open here, or you could leave it open at the top. I think I'm going to leave it open at the top just for something different. I'm going to ink around and glue it. Adorable. I left it open, and I left a little gap there so it's easier to put things in there. Isn't that cute? Let's look for our next pocket. Okay, here's our next pocket. And I decided to, this is a thicker paper, use this here. Just kind of went well with that, and I can add recipes in here. apple type desserts. And of course this will be embellished more. We could even, you know, add something like that. That's really cute, isn't it? I like it. I like it when a plan falls in place. I think we'll do that. Okay, let's glue around here and make our pocket. I love it. And the measurements will depend on what your pages are, but mine are 6. So, you know, if sometimes you want to do 6 across, you can. This one's a little smaller if you want, you know, some of your paper to be shown. This is about 5.5. And then, you know, typically around 4 inches high, or just it depends how, you know, how tall you want. Make it your own. I like how that turned out, though. That's cute. Okay, and that's the thicker cardstock. And then what was I going to do on this side? That's the question. Oh, I know. I was going to add this, the other half of the doily that we cut and inked. That's going to go here. And I didn't, you could also stencil here. I didn't because I'm going to put a large piece of a magazine there, so you won't really see it. But this I just scanned. It was one of my doilies. And I'm just going to glue here and place that down. This has been glued down, so we got a nice sturdy pocket here, or side pocket. And we have our little paper doily. And then here is where we're going to glue our pocket. I did cut, you know, part of the back, the fabric that was on the jean, so it wasn't so bulky. And I think I will glue it with hot glue, or you could do Fabri-Tac. And that's our next pockets on this thicker cardstock. Okay, I decided to come, I'm going to wait for my hot glue gun to heat up, and I'll come back and put that on. On this side, we are going to, it has a little cute card in there with an apple, and there's, it says apples here, so I think that's kind of cute. I got this 6x6 paper, and I want to make a diagonal cut here, just to have it be different. So a little different type of pocket. So with this, I'm just going to line end to end, this point to the cutting line, that point, and then you have to kind of go back and forth. Make sure it's still lined up. Then bring it back, and then I'm going to put it up a little ways just because I like how that's kind of bordered with the check. And I'm going to glue this down on 2 sides, and I will do the same on this side. Now that looks pretty. We have our little diagonal check pockets in. I just let them overlap a little bit here in the center. It just, you know, strengthens it. So now on this side, I have one of these Tim Holtz, it's like a slotted die. And it didn't cut real good here, but I'm going to put that here. I think I'm going to, on the other one I had like a doily here. Like that, and then I have a stamp of a rooster. So let's find a spot we want this, and we'll just glue along 3 sides. There we go, it's all glued in like that. And then we are going to add another page and glue it on these 3 sides. This is from a children's book, and it had the farmer talking to the little boy with the collie dog I could have done this side too, but I chose this because there's yellow. And I'll probably add yellow rickrack here. So I'm going to glue here and here, and I did cut out a little thumb hole here. So we'll put that pocket in. Okay, we have that glued in. I wanted to kind of get all of my pockets in this one video, but I don't know if that's going to happen because I think I'm at 30 already. Here, I found this really cool vintage, I think from the 40s, ad. And I'm going to put this here. On the other one, I just took old ads and kind of added them here. So I'm going to just cut this out and put it here somehow. So let's just decorate this page here. Okay, I think we're at 31 minutes, so we'll see if I get cut off or not. What I decided to do, I know this is thicker cardstock here, but you can also put something thicker on a lighter weight paper. And then I just decided to put this on whatever, you measure what size paper it is, because I cut this out and I thought it would be pretty with this background here. And then I'll just bring that around, but I thought first I would add this, just cut it to size. It was a leftover piece of cardstock. And I will just glue this on and bring that over. Okay. Okay, I just added that little piece. Just wanted to anchor her hand to something. I'll trim that off. And in the Farmhouse kit, if you bought it from me, you had a couple vintage magazine pieces from the 40s, 50s. Try to do that so it doesn't tear. So new, so different. America's Finest Cleanser. Okay, and then this is a pocket now. And I can trim this little piece here. So that's cute. Okay, we'll see how much farther this video will let me go. It's 32 minutes. Let's get to our next pocket. I'll add this later. It's just to cover up. It has like a wintry scene, so I was just going to cover that up with that. Over here, if you have my kit, we'll be having that there. And then this is where we have a envelope. And the envelope will be covered somewhat like this. So whatever envelope you have, see how it goes like this. So just get an envelope that'll fit your page. And then we're going to take this and we're going to get our focal point. I chose this cute little mouse, and we are going to draw around that and then cut that out. Okay, and then I took that image that I cut to fit the envelope, and I'm going to place it behind the envelope here, and I will trace around this envelope flap. And then, is that what I did? I think that's what I did. Okay, I'm going to glue this part down. And then I did cut, I traced around the envelope flap, and I'm going to glue that down. And then you can ink around if you want the edges, or you can do that later. Okay, I glued that part on. Now we have our little envelope flap. And we're gonna, whoops, did I do, oh no, did I do the wrong side? Oh my gosh, I did. Oh no, see, mistakes happen. Okay, see, you can always fix things. I just wiped it off, and we're gonna glue this on here. And then we will trim things up a bit. And look how cute. Is that not cute or what? And then I think I trimmed this. Let me make sure. Let me check on that. No, I didn't. I just inked it. So if you want to just ink this, and then we have this adorable envelope that we can add here. Isn't that so cute? And then we'll be tucking something behind here. So once I ink it, this will be a tuck. So we just want to glue it right here, and then this will be a tuck. Okay, I decided to glue just on these sides so I could bring it down here for more kind of like a tuck pocket. And I like the yellow gingham showing around the envelope. I've not seen anybody do this before, but I'm sure it's out there. Everything's out there, right? But anyway, make sure that doesn't glue. And then I added some paper here just so it went, glue shut. You could add, so I'll just come back and put a little paper there because there's glue here. So now you have a pocket tuck here. And then we are going to do, I think, our last pocket here. Hopefully I can get this all in. Here, yeah, this will be our last pocket because here's the back here. And what we need for this is, I took this large index card in your kit and I added it. Let me just double check what I have here. Yeah, I added it here, and then this is going to be a pocket. Okay. And then we're going to add some of your leftover, if you have that, this check deli paper. And then, so let's just do that now. We're going to glue on the back just these two sides to make a pocket. So it's the first thing we're going to do here. About like that. So then we got a pocket here. We just glued on the back here and here. Then we are going to reinforce some of the tickets if you had them. I'm just going to see what I did. I think I doubled them like this. And you can use this on something else. So let's glue this. Just want to reinforce it. Make it thicker if you choose to. And then I added that after I put the deli paper down. Let's rip and tear some deli paper. Oops, sorry. I hit that. Okay. I'm just going to tear this just down the side a little bit. Just to give some interest. And let's glue this here. Right, I just added that down there. And then we're just going to take this anglet. This is going to be another little tuck here. I'm just going to glue it like this. And then we're going to get some of our little paper, and we're going to maybe get a longer piece. And we're going to add that ruffle here. And I'll show you what I mean. Oops, sorry. And then we're going to come back and we're going to add our embellishments. So let's go ahead, glue this down for an additional little pocket. like so, and then we will add our ruffle. So you're going to have a pocket here, and you'll have a pocket here. Now let's go. I'm going to get a longer piece, and then we're going to ruffle that, and that will go right here. Okay, I think we made it. I'm not running out of time, hopefully. And then I'm just going to glue this here. On the back, there is a little tiny pocket, but we'll do that when we're going to do our embellishing, because I'm afraid I'm going to run out of time. So let's just glue this on. And just glue, you know, where you stitch, so. Okay, and then we are going to get to embellishing next video, which is really brings it all together, which is always fun. I think so. Okay. Thank you so much for watching and crafting along with me, if you have been, and I appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Have a great one. Bye-bye.